Face it, FNAF is a really weird franchise. And I'm not talking about all the missing kids or undead rabbits. There are just some weird aspects of the lore that are so strange they're often overlooked. Today, I'm going to be solving one of the strangest and oldest mysteries that this franchise has to offer, the Foxy Go 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 minigame and its weird implications on the lore of Five Nights at Freddy's. For those of you who don't know, in FNAF 2, there are a series of minigames that can only be accessed by dying, fittingly called death minigames. These all show different crimes committed by William Afton, as well as the possession of the original animatronics. But there was one minigame that always rubbed me the wrong way, one that felt very awkward and out of place. That minigame is Foxy Go Go Go. In this minigame, you play as Foxy the pirate, going back and forth from Pirate's Cove to a party room filled with kids. After you do this a few times, you see Afton in the corner of Pirate's Cove, smiling. Sure enough, when you enter the party room, the kids are all dead. The game ends with a jump scare from withered Foxy. At first glance, this seems like a pretty open and shut case. It bears a lot of similarities to the original missing children incident. But if you really think about it, this minigame representing the MCI just doesn't make much sense. We know that William stuffed the MCI kids into the animatronics after he killed them. So why is he leaving them on the floor like that and showing them to Foxy? As well as that, the Foxy in this minigame is damaged, which doesn't fit with the timeline of events we have. When FNAF 2 first came out, many people thought that this meant there was a separate Foxy location where Purple Guy also did some murders. Over the years, this theory was proven incorrect, so what the heck is going on here? Well, remember how I said this couldn't be the MCI? In fact, I was lying. This is almost definitely the MCI, just not the one we're familiar with. Let me explain. Our rough idea of the MCI is that William Afton lured the kids into a safe room before killing them and stuffing them into the animatronics. But what if that's not exactly what happened? What if William killed the kids and hid them in the back room before realizing they would be found very easily? What if the one who gave him the idea of stuffing the kids into the animatronics was Foxy? Simply by showing up in the back room, Foxy could have given William the idea of putting his victims in a place where no one could find them, the mascots. The Foxy Go 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 minigame also spawned the infamous Purple Guy / Pink Guy debate. While this theory was disproven years ago, it's worth mentioning as this game created one of FNAF's first big theory debates. But wait a minute. If the MCI kids were killed in the back room, how did Foxy get there from Pirate's Cove? Well, there's a very simple explanation for this. In the Fazbear Fright story Step Closer, we see that Foxy's stage was moved to a maintenance room while he was out of order. It's highly likely this is the case in the Foxy Go 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 minigame as well. As for the guidebook stating that the second room is a party room, when can we actually trust the guidebooks with minor details? Especially when it looks like this page was meant to throw us off track. Now let's talk about how this minigame solves some of the strange mysteries of the game it's actually in, FNAF 2. In FNAF 2, most of the animatronics you encounter function in a similar way. They go along their predetermined routes before entering the office and attempting to jump scare the player. Their attack can be blocked by donning the Freddy mask. There are very few exceptions to this rule, as apart from the secret animatronics in Vivi, the only animatronics you can see for the mask are the Puppet and Withered Foxy. This feels a bit strange, as the reason Puppet can see for the mask is explained by Phone Guy, who says that the Puppet is smart and always thinking. Withered Foxy, however, is just characterized as being twitchy. That's pretty much as far as the explanation goes, but while some might think it was just for the sake of a gameplay mechanic, I think there's more to it. During the gameplay of FNAF 2, Phone Guy tells us that the technicians at Fazbear Entertainment tried to equip the withered animatronics with the new tech used for the toys, but didn't finish the job because of how ugly the animatronics looked and because of the smell. Keep the smell in mind, it's gonna be important real soon. This means that the techs began the renovation, which implies some of the necessary components were already installed into the withered animatronics. And we know that Foxy is always the odd one out, so what if the technicians started doing the renovations of the core Freddy Fazbear band and gave up before they got to Foxy? This would certainly make sense and explain why Foxy isn't fooled by the mask, while the others, who have facial recognition tech, are. But this was not enough for my restless brain, because I suspect that whatever is at play here is deeper than we thought. I think that Foxy being able to see through the Freddy disguise and him being present during the murders Afton did while in the spring Bonnie suit is important. And I've got a bunch of clues that might help us out. Afton has two different sprites throughout FNAF 2. His iconic purple sprite from the Save Them minigame, and the slightly pinker version that we see in Take Cake to the Children, and of course, Foxy Go Go Go. The fact that Scott used two different sprites of Afton when he clearly didn't need to really bugged me. But then, I understood. This difference in sprites actually shows us how Afton got into each location to do the murders. In Take Cake and Foxy, he just went in his normal clothes or his Bonnie suit. But in Save Them, he has to dress up as a security guard to sneak into the FNAF 2 location to extract the bodies from the OG animatronics. Wait, what? Yup, I think what we see in the Save the minigame isn't another set of murders, but rather Afton extracting the victims of the MCI from the original Freddy band. Need proof? Well, first off, apart from the fact that there are no corpses visible in any of the animatronics from FNAF 1 or 2, the sprites of the dead kids in the minigame Give Gifts, Give Life, which is very clearly portraying the aftermath of the MCI, are identical to the ones from Save Them, with both of them having that same hunched over pose. But why would Afton do this? Well, as the co-founder of Fazbear Entertainment, he definitely knows a bunch of Fazbear techs wanted to take apart the animatronics that he stuffed his victims into. So, to avoid anyone finding out about what he did, he went into the new pizzeria after hours and took out the corpses one by one. He likely took the bodies to the underground bunker that we see in Sister Location to test on them. All this rambling to say that Foxy sees through our disguise, not just because he doesn't have a facial recognition system, but also because he saw William do the MCI in Foxy Go Go Go. He can recognize both the animatronic disguise and the outfit typically worn by a night guard at Freddy's. So let's go over everything one last time. Before the events of FNAF 2, William returns to the new Freddy's location to extract the bodies of his 5 victims from the original Freddy band animatronics. This explains how we don't see any flesh inside the animatronics in FNAF 1 and 2. This is very clearly apparent with Foxy. Even though the bodies are gone, the kids' souls linger on in the animatronics, as well as the smell of decaying flesh. Shortly afterwards, a group of Fazbear Entertainment technicians are tasked with retrofitting the old cast with the new tech used in the toy animatronics. Due to design issues and the smell, they only retrofit Freddy, Bonnie, and Chica with some of the new components. With Foxy being cast aside, this, among the other things that I stated, is how he can see through the Freddy mask the player uses in FNAF 2. But how can we be 100% sure that this all happened before FNAF 2's gameplay? Well, in the Night 1 phone call of the game, Phone Guy mentions that we're working a summer job. But when we beat the game, our paycheck is dated the 13th of November. Either Phone Guy moved to the Southern Hemisphere, or these messages were pre-recorded a while before the gameplay occurs. This in turn means that the restaurant opened in the summer, which is probably when Afton did all that extracting business. So with that, I finished my analysis of FNAF's weirdest and most ambiguous minigame, Foxy Go Go Go. If you enjoyed the video, support me by liking, subscribing, and checking out some of the links in the description. Thank you for watching. Look forward to more FNAF theories soon.